Hello everyone, my name is Sim Zi Ying. I'm the UCAN first year law student. So now I'm going to present my business pitchings about my project, which is Project Herb Alive, which under the company of Osimus. So the motto of my project is Nature with Benefits. So my project is supported by several agencies. The first of all is CYAL Foundations, second UKM, third CYAL, which is CNB Young Asian Leaders, and Jabatan Alam Sekitar Malaysia, which is Malaysia Environmental Agency, and the last one is Kementerian Sumber Asli dan Alam Sekitar, which is Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment. So basically, my project is about a herb fund, but this herb fund is distinct from the other. It's not the same from the others. So now I'm going to pitch about what my herb fund is going to be worth. Alright. So based on the financial budget reports 2017 and 2018 about the Kementerian Sumber Asli dan Alam Sekitar, we found that the government has spent around a total budget for development of economy which amounts to 2.5 billion ringgit. So from these reports, we know that around 1 billion is used for the management of the ecosystems, and around 1.4 billion is for the development of the ecosystems. And based on this result, we can see that from 2014 to 2018, that the amounts that spent by the governments to develop the ecosystem is increased tremendously. So this clearly shows that the government have the intentions to expand the development of the ecosystem. So actually this is a very good result for us, a very good news for us, because we want to expand the indigenous peoples in the villages. So we need the support from the governments, and this shows that the government is actually fully support with what we're going to do now. So, but now the problems faced by the indigenous people is that which is the orang asli kampung kacau, they face several problems. So the first one is they have an unorganized land from the plantation's purpose, which is actually the good purpose for the the good method for the plantation is that the plantation should be distributed into several parts, which is we will use it for the different sessions. For example, the first part of the plantation, we will use from January until May, and from the second part, we will use from June until July, and the third part, we will use from August until December. And then the second one is that lack of models to start their business. Yeah, we all know that the indigenous peoples, most of them face the financial problems to develop their project or even their plantations. And then the third is that incorrect business plannings, and also indecisions of the price for items on sale. The reason is that because the indigenous peoples, they did not fix the price about the items that they are going to sell. So it's actually quite unfair, because like example for today, I'm going to buy something from the indigenous peoples. They sold me 3 ringgit, and then on the second day I went there again, and then they sold me 5 ringgit. So the price is not fixed. So this is what we want to avoid right now. Alright. So based on the problem that I have mentioned just now, so we have the solutions to curb these problems. And our solution is distributed into 4 phases. So the first phases is about the pre-plantings, second and third phases is during the plantings, and the fourth phase is the post-plantings. So alright, now the first phase is we will clean the lands and also the abandoned buildings, because during the CYAL project we went to the Kampung Kacau. So when we go to the Kampung Kacau, I found that there are a lot of abandoned buildings beside on the empty lands. So I found that actually these abandoned buildings can actually be used to to do something that is more beneficial, that can bring profits to the indigenous peoples. So I plan to set up the fertilization systems. So basically, what is the fertilization system? What is the fertilization system is that the fertilization systems is a method that applied in China. So, but the method that I'm going to use now is quite different from the China because we use the bamboo as the pipes. And let's imagine that now the hole inside the abandoned buildings, and we will now put the bamboo stick on each of the corners of the buildings, and then this bamboo stick will be arranged in the 4 layers. Okay, now we're going to put the plants and also the fertilizers into the bamboo sticks. And after that, we turn on the water. The water will flow through the bamboo sticks so that we will ensure all the plants to get the enough water and also the nutrition. So this is actually a very safe time method. Yeah. And then besides from the fertilization systems, we will now expose the indigenous people or the citizens right there about the correct methods of organized plantations. And then after that, we will build out the borders for the herb funds. And the last, we will have a recruitment of the villagers. We will see whether the villagers are interested or not in our projects. Alright, now we go to second phase is that we will start to plant the herb seeds, and then the most important things is we want to make sure that the fertilization systems can go well. And for the second phase, we are going to do a big project, which is the world biggest herb fund. We're going to make our herb fund to become the world biggest herb fund so that we can make a record in the Guinness World Records. The reason why we do this is because we want to get the people, such as the people from newspaper, the magazines, TV broadcasters, comes and take pictures and also publicize our herb funds. So actually, this is a very good method because we can save a lot of time and money for the publicity. Alright, now we're going to the third phase is that we want after the harvesting, we are going to repack and also distribution of the herbs. So now we will collaborate with the wholesalers such as the Yansens, CYAL, and also the Asian Politics Sendirian Berhad. And now in the third phase, we have a suggestion is that we're going to construct a bamboo house for the homestay and so for the local shop. It's because let's imagine that the people from far away, they comes to the Kampung Kacau only for the herb funds. So it's like they waste a lot. No, it's not like waste a lot of time. They spend a lot of time to the Kampung Kacau here just for the herb funds. So I think that we can just like we can just like build a homestay for them so that they can spend their day, maybe like 2 days, 1 night here. It's a very good idea actually because they will get to know how the indigenous peoples live and how they spend their times. Alright, now we're going to the fourth phase, which is the post-plantings. So this is a sustainable stage because during this stage, we will carry out an analysis to see that whether the herb plantations that we carry out is worth or not. And is there any side effects about the plantation that we're going so far? Alright, so after the solutions, now I will discuss about the market size and also the validations. So based on the populations of the state of Selangor, the consumer is around 6.29 million, and there are around 4.2 million of adults. So for the percentage of the herb consumption, that we assume there will be 30% of the adults, which is around 1.4 million people consume the herbs. And now the percentage of the potential market is that we will have 40% of total number of people will consume our herbs, which is around 560,000 of people. Well, for the distributed east, we will include CYAL. CYAL will contribute about 30 tons, Yansens 30 tons also, Herbalife 10 tons, and others 50 tons. So for the potential earning is that from the 560,000 people that I mentioned just now, times with 1 gram is USD 2. So 560,000 times with USD 2, we will get USD 1.12 million each month. So this is the profit that we earn for the consumer. And then well, for the distributor is that total is 120 tons, so it's around 6 million grams. So 1 gram is USD 0.2 for the distributor. So 6 million grams times with USD 0.02, we will get USD 120K. So this is about the profit that we can gain through these herb funds. Alright, so now we go to see about our competitors. We know that in Malaysia, we have a lot of herb companies such as like Herb and Fruit Sendirian Berhad, Linian Fund Productions, Delima Dani Malaysia Sendirian Berhad, and all these are the city farm Malaysias. But we don't have to worry because what is the special about us? Yes, we have herbs. We have herbs that can provide a lot of benefits to the people because we know that there are a lot of herbs in Malaysia that can cure a lot of disease, that can for many uses. But we want to target our main point is that our herbs can use to help injury, can make as an energizer waters, energizer drinks, and yeah. And then it's not about the herbs. We will also carry out a lot of activities such as the jungle trekking experience while plucking natural herbs, and also we will use the eco-friendly packaging, which is we will use the bamboo holder for the packaging. This is because the bamboo holder packaging is actually a souvenir. It's actually like an item that made by the indigenous people. So just imagine we use that kind of the bamboo holders to packet the herbs. So it's actually very good ideas because we can save a lot of our expenditures to like we need to use the plastics for the packaging and so on because we use the things that the indigenous people made by themselves for the packaging. Right now we go to the adoption strategies is that we will have the PR strategies just like what I mentioned just now. We got the broadcast such as the TV RTM1, RTM2, TV3, ActTV and TV7, and also we got like the social media because we all know that nowadays the social media is very important like in our world, like the Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp and WeChat and so on to publicize our project, my project. And then second, we got the service, customer service, which is the customer service is we will have the homestay, and then we will offer the drinks and also the food from them. So the drinks and also the food are actually made from the herbs. And then the last one, we will have the brand strategy. Brand strategy is also the one that I mentioned just now, which is the largest herb farm in Malaysia. We want to create the Guinness World Records, and my project is I want to promote the nature for high quality life. Alright, now we go to the last one, which is the financial reports. The financial reports is for the development part, we will spend about USD 500 for the fertilization systems, and then for the refurnishments of the building and lands, we will spend around USD 1000, and for the plantations, we will spend around USD 1000 from different type of seeds. And then for the production is that the packaging maybe we will spend a lot around USD 500 for because we use the bamboo to packet the things, and then for the maintenance we will spend around USD 400. So the total is about USD 3,400. And then for my project is that I will not use the workers. The workers are actually unnecessary because the villagers themselves, the indigenous people themselves, they are going to work on these projects. So through this thing, we can gain the profit and benefit from it because we will cut down the expense from hiring the people, for hiring the workers. Alright, so that's all about my business pitchings, about my business plans. So thank you.